and welcome back to the Abundant Joy Tarot. This is Ade, and I'm really happy to be here with you today to do a quick Give Me a Sec reading. I have actually already chosen the pile, so we're going to go right into the readings. I wanted to thank everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I really appreciate it. It's a passion of mine, and I am happy to be able to bring messages that might be able to support you on your soul journey toward love, joy, and abundance. And so today we're doing a Give Me a Sec reading, which is kind of based off of this idea that came to me in meditation from my ancestors about when those people in the community or at church or in different places would pull me aside and say, hey, give me a sec. And then they would give me either a compliment or a word or some idea of how to move forward in my day. And so that's what these are, is give me a sec, quick messages from spirit and your ancestors on how you need to maneuver through your day or a given situation that you might have on your mind. The other final thing I want to say before I jump into the readings is just that I do offer personal one-on-one readings. I do them via Zoom, and I would be pleased and honored to do a reading for you if you are interested. Please go ahead and email me at abundantjoytarot@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you with the specifics. It's just a nice way to step out of the general readings, because do you understand the readings that I'm doing here are general readings, so it's really important that you take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, y'all. Let's jump in. So these are your pick-a piles. You've got pile 1 will be the Tiger's Eye crystal. Pile 2 will be the green Aventurine. And then pile 3 will be the Dalmation Jasper crystal. All right, so that being said, I'm going to jump right into pile number 1. If you're choosing pile number 2 or pile number 3, you can certainly go down and click the timestamps that would be associated with your reading, and I will see you in your readings. All right. Okay, so let's get started. Pile number 1, if you chose the Tiger's Eye, this is going to be your reading. And so we've got a couple of oracle cards and a couple of tarot cards. So let's see what we've got here. So you've got self-appreciation. I will find a moment throughout the day that I can dedicate to myself. Find a comfortable space and bring a pen and paper. I will write a letter of appreciation to myself where I will pour love into who I am and all that I do. So this is these cards are, and it's saying very clearly, I am enough. I love that. So if anybody is doubting that they are enough, please know that you 100% are, just as you are, flaws and all. We all have flaws. Rescue. Wow. Okay, so I love the synchronicity and the way that Spirit shares messages. So this beautiful card is talking about, some of you may have felt like kind of alone in some ways, or feeling like you're having to tackle either feeling loneliness yourself, or also just feeling like you may have had to tackle something on your own, or that some of you have been going through a transformation of some kind and your mindset has shifted a bit. And so the people that you have been working with, there's like a disalignment that has happened because of the growth that you have been through, okay? And we all grow, so it may have felt like you were on kind of a mountaintop all on your own. But what this card is saying is that there is a rescue on the way. So depending on what your situation is, if you're dealing with a project that's been troubling you, or you've been having a hard time, or you've been having to do it on your own, resources are coming in to support you. If you've been going through a transformation and your mindset has shifted, and you find that, friends and family even have drifted away, or maybe you've drifted away from them because of there's disharmony in your new way of walking or seeing the world. This card is also saying that those people that you're magnetizing to you based on your current vibe are going to be drawn in to reach you, okay? And the final thing that this card kind of speaks to is just an assurance from Spirit that you are always safe and secure, that there is always going to be help. It talks about being mindful of asking for help. So some of you may be feeling like you're out there on a mountain by yourself, and you're not. You are not on a mountain by yourself, but you do need to have the courage it takes to ask for help. Understand that that's a difficult thing for successful people, or people who, have been thinking they need to do things on their own to get it done right. But you can expect help with whatever issue it is that you're needing to help you to move forward right now. Spirit is just saying simply all you need to do is ask. So there are people around you, even if you feel like you're a little bit on an island yourself, but there are people around you that are waiting to support you, okay? And then the cards that you have, oh, beautiful. Okay, you've got the Chariot. Strength, look at that, 2 major arcana. And the Queen of Cups, very strong cards, you guys, for your Gimme a Sec today. So, Spirit has been talking about this idea of like trusting in yourself, but also asking for help. And I feel like, the Chariot is such a beautiful card to come in because it's really about moving with purpose toward your soul purpose, okay? This is such a beautiful card because she's on a snail. So what this is really reminding me of is that in order for you to get to where you need to get, either with a project that you're working on right now or just in general with your soul's purpose, there's a need for you to slow down to speed up. Okay. And that slowing down, I'm hearing very clearly, is you asking for help. Okay, so if you've been feeling like I really need help, I really feel like I'm out here on an island, Spirit is confirming that it is okay for you to ask for help because it is going to allow you to speed up in the process. Understand that you have the strength to do whatever it is that you need to do, but that this strength is a gentle strength, right? This energy of strength card is about being able to kind of lean on your own internal strength, okay? Your own internal strength to be able to tame any beast that you have in your path, okay? Whether that be inside your own internal struggles of feeling like you need to be a perfectionist in some ways and you can't move forward because you can't ask for help because it has to be done on your own. There, you can tame that beast with your gentle strength, because Spirit is saying you have the power to do what it is that you need to do. You have the strength. You just need to persevere and ask for help. And the final message that I would say here in your Gimme a Sec is this Queen of Cups energy. Now, the Queen of Cups energy is going to be a very balanced emotional energy. She has a high level of emotional intelligence, okay? And so their Spirit is really asking you to tap into that, not only for yourself, I'm hearing, so that you can get the assistance that you need, but also with whatever project that you are working on, there's a need for you to use all of your senses. So not only use your intellect, which you're going to be clearly doing on this work that you're doing or whatever it is that you're working on right now, but also to tap into your emotional intelligence, tap into your ability to know people around you and to know yourself and to be able to navigate those waters so that you are all moving smoothly. All right. So that's the Gimme a Sec that I have for you today. Main thing to remember, do some self-appreciation today. Know that you are more than enough, and also know that you can ask for help. All right. I'll see you in your next reading, and I hope you have a joyfully abundant day. Bye-bye. Okay, welcome, my pal number 2. If you chose the green Aventurine, then this is going to be your quick Gimme a Sec reading, okay? And we just chose a couple of oracle cards and a couple of tarot cards. So let's see what you have. So this says, follow my joy. That's what I'm talking about. That's wonderful. Today, I will write down 10 things I enjoy doing, the things that make me feel good and raise my mood. Then I'll pick one or as many as you feel guided to and go do it. When I'm having fun and enjoying life, I am in a state of allowing for all that I desire. Okay, because remember that joy, love, anger, sadness, they're all energies, you all. And you want to cultivate the energy that you want to see more of, because it will be multiplied in your life when you put your focus and energy into it. Okay, so let's reclaim our joy today. This is part of your Gimme a Sec reading. And then you've got deep freeze. Okay, so this is a very clear message from Spirit that there's something that you've been putting a lot of energy into. And I'm assuming that it's not joy, okay? So, but if there's something that you've been putting a lot of like anxiety, I don't want to say anxiety, but stress, okay? So like stress or just focusing a lot on something. You may be in arguments with other people and sort of focusing on those disruptions, those disconnections, the disharmony that is in your life. And this card says very clearly from Spirit that it's time to take a break from that. It's time to take a break from arguments. It's time to take a break from disharmony, things that do not bring you joy, and to put it on the deep freeze. Because what Spirit is saying is that this is not the time that those things are going to be able to be resolved. So the energy that you're expending is not serving you or your environment, okay? So it's really, Spirit is really saying with this card, take a pause. Just take a pause, beautiful souls. Take a pause. This is not a time to be pushing something forward that's not moving, okay? It's time to like hibernate. Take a break on it, all right? And I just saw 11. Okay, so some of you all may be in connection, and within that connection, you need to give it a pause, give it a breather, let everybody catch their breath, and because things will be able to be resolved, okay? But this is just what I'm hearing from Spirit. Things will be able to be resolved. It's just that you and whoever else is involved, and it could be a group of people, but like a family, I'm getting sort of family energy too. But overall, there's just this sense of there's a need for a pause, not to ignore something forever, not to like drop the ball, if you will, but just pause, let everything breathe for a bit. Okay, let's see what your tarot is. Okay, interesting. You've got the 3 of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, yeah. So this is, this situation that I'm seeing, there's a couple of things. So one, the 3 of Cups is actually about coming together. It's about a celebration. It's about community coming together for a celebration. Some of you may be dealing with some type of event, some type of summer event, a family reunion, a wedding, a graduation. I think it's kind of graduation time now. Just a time in which family units are going to be coming together. You're going to be celebrating with friends. Could be just a summer picnic that you've got planned, or some gathering that you're getting planned, which will be very fun. And there's a lot of celebration and a lot of joy there. But what I'm hearing is that that's part of what this deep freeze is coming in, is that oftentimes when we're coming together in community and trying to pull things together, energies can get really high. People can get frustrated with each other. There can be, so-and-so wants this and so-and-so wants that, and that kind of energy happening. So if you're dealing with that, then what Spirit is saying is that for you need to take a deep pause. You need to just, because you're pushing something forward is not going to be helpful in this time, okay? So allow things to just be and go with the flow and sit in the celebration. The other reason why I'm saying that is you've got this Knight of Pentacles here. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is a very beautiful energy, but it is a slow moving energy. It is about going about your work and doing it diligently and mastering. Okay. So, but taking your time was kind of getting there. So because you've got this Knight of Pentacles and the Three of Cups in this deep freeze, it sort of feels like if you're dealing with that type of energy, things will move along. They will progress, and they will progress in a successful way. But it's time for you to slow the pace a little bit with it and follow your joy. Okay? Follow your joy. Take time out. Do that activity of pulling out the 10 things that bring you joy and do one of them today. Focus your energy on that rather than any kinds of conflicts or disharmony or disruption that might be happening right now. Let that all sit. Let that all just be on a pause. So that's the message that I have for you all today. I want to thank you so much for joining the Abundant Joy Tarot. This is our day, and I hope that you have an abundantly joyful day, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye-bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. If you chose the Dalmation Jasper, then this is going to be, this is going to be your Give Me a Sec reading. And so we just pulled a couple of, I'm losing my whole thing here. We just pulled a couple of tarot and a couple of oracle cards for your reading today. So let's see what you have. We'll jump right in. Releasing anger. Okay, so anger is a natural emotion, but I recognize that holding on to it can be toxic for me. I look at the person who has caused me pain and see them as the human being they are. I release the anger I feel and freeing myself and expanding to love. Okay, so some of you all may be dealing with somewhere where there was a conflict of some kind. I don't know why this little ring light. Let's see if I can fix that. Okay, that might be a little better. Okay, so some of you all may be dealing with a conflict of some kind. Also, the other thing I want to say about this card that Spirit is bringing heavy in my mind right now with the images is that remember that anger is something that you're feeling internally. And so this card is actually saying like you free yourself from that anger and you are breaking your own chains, right? Because anger is a toxin that is actually infects your internal organs as well. Okay, so it's really important that you be able to release anger, absolutely, but do it in a way that it is constructive and that it can help you to heal. And this card is suggesting a need to release your anger so that you can really have compassion for the individual that you're having anger with. I know that's not always easy, y'all, but that's what the energy of this card is, to be mindful of how your anger may be infecting your own being, okay? And also understand that a lot of times people say, oh, well, I don't get angry. Like, I'm not an angry person. I don't get angry. Whew. If you feel that way, then it's probably bubbling inside of you. You need to make sure that you're not holding in some anger that you're just not recognizing or allowing yourself to have. As this card said, anger is a natural emotion, okay? And it is important that you have all of your emotions so that you be a whole human being. The problem is that we don't want to hold that anger in because that's when when it becomes toxic. Okay, the other oracle card you have is, interesting. This is nice to go with this card here. This is the Wizard of Awareness. And it always makes me laugh because he looks like, I don't know, not Gandhi. That's terrible. The guy from, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm terrible. Anybody who knows me knows I'm terrible with media. But from the Harry Potter, if you know who I'm talking, Gandalf. I think it's Gandalf. If I'm wrong, I apologize. You can correct me in the comments. I will not be offended. But anyway, he always reminds me of that. But this card actually is speaking about mindfulness. All right. He's actually saying to take an attitude of observation right? Take a step back and observe. And when you're mindfulness is the way that I characterize it, because it makes a lot of sense in terms of, like, if you're feeling anger, what the remedy here that Spirit is calling for is for you to take a breath, take a step back, and watch the environment, yourself included, with an eye of observation. What am I feeling? Why am I feeling that way? What is triggering me? Why is that person doing that? What's motivating them to do that? How, you know what I'm saying? So, like, allow yourself to take in the situation and then respond from a place of knowing, from a place of calm, from a place of balance, right? Of balance. That is what this is calling for. So any of you all who are dealing with a situation where you have found yourself holding on to some anger, and sometimes it's interesting because the way anger works is it will come into the body. It is like a toxin. And then when it gets released, it's not always released back on the source, right? It can be released. So if any of you all have children, it can be released on your children when it doesn't have anything to do with them. It can be released on some random person at the grocery store, when it doesn't have anything to do with them. That's why it's so important for you to be mindful of what is going on internally so that you can release it and release it in a productive way where it's not harmful to other people as well, even to the individual or its situation that is the source. So I hope that makes sense. Let's see what your two tarot cards are. 5 of Swords. So there's that conflict. So some of you all are dealing with a conflict. And the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. So some of you all are dealing with this conflict. That's what this 5 of Swords is. It's all about conflict. It can also represent change, but you can see, like, she's literally like ripped out a piece of his heart and is holding it in her hand. And then it also has a little bit of energy around deception. But when I say deception, I'm talking about self-deception as well as regular deception. So some of you, I am getting clearly, is that some of you all are deceiving yourself that you're not actually angry. So it's this attitude of like, no, I'm not. That doesn't bother me. I'm cool. When meanwhile, your insides, if we could take the camera view in and dig in close, we would see the bubbling going on inside. Okay. But you have so deceived yourself that you don't even see it yourself, but it's eating away. And so it's really important that you be honest about what is going on for you in the conflict. Address it so that you can get to the other side. Okay, y'all, that's really, really important because anger can be really toxic to you. And I don't want anything to harm your beautiful souls and your insides, So, and then you've got the 3 of Pentacles, which I think is really great because what this talks about, so we've been talking about this sort of sense of conflict, need to be mindful, right? And then the 3 of Pentacles talks about collaborative success. So it's like coming together with other individuals within community, if it's within this conflict, within that conflict, right? And working together to achieve a successful outcome. So it's going to be important in order to get collaborative success, you've got to show up as your whole self, y'all. Okay. You've got to really say what's going on with you, articulate it, and try to begin to do the work of getting to the other side of whatever the conflict is so that you can have this collaborative success. And so that is your Gimme a Sec, you all. I hope this was helpful to you. And I hope that you will do the work that you need to do. If you're feeling some type of anger, if you're not sure if the anger is there, to allow yourself to feel it in a constructive way and release it. All right. And with that, I hope that you have a joyfully abundant day. This is our day. And thank you for joining the Abundant Joy Tarot. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye-bye.